Hi, so welcome to another game on Chessup. First we need to connect. I'm expecting black pieces. And we are playing black pieces, and ideally we are going to play... Okay, we have to play the Phillidor setup if possible. Make a little bit of noise. Some chairs underneath. And white is playing e4, so we might get a classical Phillidor. After knight f6, we are playing against 1150 rated player. The name is Alibaba-A. So white is protecting the pawn on e4. And I believe the next move is to play e5. Yes, next move is to play e5. Not to worry about a trade and the queen trade. We are still yet to see one of those endgames. White plays knight to f3. So we simply need to play knight bd7 to protect the pawn on e5. White is quite often going to play next bishop c4, to which we play bishop e7. This is a typical Phillidor defense setup. So far we have in the series 3 games with Sicilian, and this is going to be our 4th game with Phillidor. Both of these openings so far were good enough in this series. Both of these openings held their own. And I'll be totally honest, my knowledge of the opening ends after castling. What I know that I next be doing move c6. It appears like white knows quite a lot about this opening, just simply by the placement of their pieces. I don't know if h3 is the move to go for. It doesn't seem to be necessary, so we are going to go with our plan with c6. The idea is often to expand with a move like b5. Sometimes we will be hitting the center with a move d5, which at the moment isn't something we want to be doing. And the multipurpose of c6 is also not only the supporting the pawn push, but also to control the d5 square from the knight on c3. It's a rock solid opening. I would recommend this to beginners, and why not? It's a really good opening that's being played by some of the grandmasters as well. For example, Portniks are playing this. So knight f4 seems to be a suspicious move. White might want to play f4 move. But knight to h4, it looks very badly positioned piece. And I believe we can strike in the center with a move d5. Because after d5, if you take, we take. If bishop takes or knight takes, we take back. And then we are hitting this knight on h4. So I believe this is a perfect moment to break in the center with the move d5. I don't know if this is a correct move, but it just feels tactically sound. As if white is believing that they are winning a pawn on d5, it's going to be quite the opposite because they will be losing the knight on h4. So I don't know if this is a good move, but I believe this could be a good move. So white is taking once. We're definitely going to take back with a pawn. Now if white decides at this stage that they would like to capture the pawn d5, that literally means death for them. And white is making the blunder. So again we have set up a trap for 1100 rated player, but I believe that now we can say that the move d5 was a good move, because white is up for a surprise as they forgot the knight on h4. So as things stands, we are up at material, one pawn for a knight, and we will be cruising for victory in this game. There isn't much danger that the knight on d5 is offering, so we can simply play knight b6 or knight f6, trying to get rid of the knight. Queen to g4 is a fair move. But again, as I said, this type of move might not be the best, because after knight to b6, it's unclear how can white protect the knight, as I will be attacking the knight and the queen at the same time. So knight to b6 seems to be the very logical and strong move. My apologies if I'm making some extra sounds on the microphone. So I'm still struggling to find the best placement for the mics. So this doesn't look very good for white. The queen is attacked, the knight is attacked twice. If knight takes b6, bishop g4, knight takes a8, bishop e6, for example, we are then winning the knight in the corner, and it should be game over. So it's exactly the line we are going to see. Knight takes b6, the queen is lost. I expect a resignation at this stage, but if white takes on a8, then we simply retreat the bishop from f5, and then winning the knight in the corner. So I believe white is more than a genuine player. And the Phillidor defense again, right after opening, or in the opening, you know, the move like knight h4, even though it could have pulled multi-purpose idea of f4 or putting the knight on f5, is it's kind of dangerous move for white to make, and it leads to our quick victory. So I hope you enjoyed this game. I'll just show you the line. If I take here, I can go bishop f5, for example, hitting the pawn here, and the knight is completely trapped as it has only 2 squares to go to. We both cover with the queen, and the next move we are capturing the knight here, so white can maybe capture this pawn, but we are already up too much material. We have a queen and a knight against rook and 2 pawns. So white knew that resigning is a good option here, possibly a best move is to resign in those positions. Yes, you have seen me maybe play some games where I was down a rook, but I had some potential of checkmating, and it actually happened in 2 games. So this is our Phillidor game number 4. Phillidor is leading to Sicilian Kan, but no opening has been cracked yet. And finally we have seen a little bit of the main line, even though my knowledge ends up after short castling. I hope you enjoyed this game, and I will see you at the next one. See ya.